Welcome back and happy Sunday night, everybody. Thank you for joining us at Collectors Enabled. We have our amazing crew with us tonight. We have John, Shane, and we have Jason joining us once again from Haunt of the Collector. How's it going, Jason?
He's in a different time zone, so it takes a while.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you went completely dead on me then. I was getting nothing through.
That's okay. That's okay. We're just wondering how you're doing tonight and wanted to thank you for joining us.
No problem at all. No problem at all. I'm well as well, thank you. Sorry, completely. I was just restarting everything again then.
That's okay. You have a wonderful, shiny and bright Balrog breathing fire behind you.
Yes. Yeah, very pleased with that. Very pleased. And it's quite amazing when you think it was only 150 quid more than the Argonath by Weta.
Wow. Wow,
Which
I didn't realize
kind
that.
of puts it in perspective. Yeah. Cheaper than what I paid for Minas Morgul.
Wow.
Obviously,
yeah, I can't wait to...
Minas Morgul came, obviously, that price came with the shipping as well. So, but yeah, incredible price on that. And, well, you can see it's a bit Boston, isn't it, really? I mean, I can't think what it was now, but it was about 700 quid, I think it cost me.
Well, I know that you put out an amazing review video, and if you guys haven't seen it yet, jump over to Haunt of the Collector and watch Jason's review video of the Balrog, and we're definitely going to talk about that coming up in tonight's show, and kind of talk about it maybe compared to some other favorite Lord of the Rings thing, and it's awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait to see more and see the big one especially.
Look at this commitment from Donald.
Wow.
30,000 feet in the air.
Donald, where are you traveling? Thank you for watching us at high altitudes. Sorry, Jarvis is going to sleep. Well, let's just say hi to our friends real quick. We got Johnny. What's up, Johnny? We got Justin, who's been building some really great shelves this weekend. We got Dennis Perez. What's up, Puerto Rico Statue Collector? We got Collector's Entity. What's up, Michael Black? Thank you for joining us. Made it to the first show of the year. Thanks for joining us tonight, Michael. Alan Kiefer here as always. We got Jerry. What's up, Jerry? Tom Hinton's here, and he has the rest of his Wampa heading back to him. What's up, Ed? Thanks for joining us. We got Shane in the chat as well. We have a new owner of a beautiful Skull Knight. What's going on? The Collector's Table. I was watching a little bit before the show, and Shane was there too. We got Sick. What's up, Sick? Thanks for stopping by. Sick just dropping his review of the Joker Dragon. Well, we'll talk about that again tonight as well. Benny Vogel, what's up, man? We got Life Size, Jojo, Lane Kramer, Punisher XS, what's up? Who else? Donald flying wherever. Who knows? Late Night, what's going on? We got Chris Harris. Thanks for joining, Chris. And keep going. We got Michael. Greetings from Portugal. Thanks for joining us tonight. Donald is returning to New York from Texas. Sweet. Mitchell, what's good? What's going on? We got Mark in the house. What's going on, Mark?
What's up, Mark?
We got Robin. Hey, Robin. Thanks for joining us in the chat. Probably Bowmen's plural, probably, I'm guessing. And Paulie. What's going on, Paulie? So we have a fairly packed show for you tonight. We'll go ahead. We'll talk about some pickups. We'll talk about some commissions, and then we'll answer the question, am I now a hypocrite in the collecting community? And we'll let the panel say their fair
Spoiler
share.
alert.
And you guys in the chat. we'll let the chat chime in as well. And maybe this will be eye-opening for some of you. Maybe you'll unsubscribe. But please don't. Because remember, if it's your first time tuning in or your 50th time tuning in, we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. We're real close. We're at 760 something. and our goal is to make it to 1,000 by March 22nd. If we make it to March 22nd, we are going to give away an XM Spider-Man 2099 statue. You pay the shipping, it's yours. If you're a Spider-Man fan, great. It's a beautiful statue. If you're not, sell it and get about $1,000. In order to enter from now until we reach 1,000, we want you to leave comments in our videos. It could be comments on the live show. It could be comment on our shorts. Just comment. Every comment that you release or that you put will give you 1 entry in. And, don't leave like 5 comments on the same video, but go ahead and leave something, and that will give you an entry. We have plenty of shorts. We do a short every single day. That's like 1 entry per day at least. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to John. And John, what's our agenda for this evening?
So there's quite a bit to talk about. I figured we could get into pickups, and starting with you, Mike. I know this is kind of the year of the Iron Man for you, and we'll get straight into it. You got some commissions coming on top of what you already got. So I was a little surprised to see you're having these commissioned, but let's pull them up here.
Sure.
So where did you find out about these?
Okay, so this is the fault of what's his name, Kareem Abdelmodi, I believe. He put me in touch with my Iron Man's freaking out. I have to turn that off. He's put me in touch with, I think, 2 of these commissioners, and one does basically Iron Man suits that fully functional, you can wear, custom to you. But they promoted this, and I saw this, and it reminded me of the Hot Toys 1/6 version, and it just re-released, and I think it's super cool. I love the fact that he's like half in progress, arc reactor lighting up, hanging from chains, kind of crudely. And I messaged the commissioner immediately, and I'm like, hey, are you still making these? Because his last post was from last public post was like from 2018 or whatever. And he got back to me really quickly. He's some nice guy in the UK. And it turns out that the person who's making these made them for like Madame Tussauds like wax museum and stuff like that. So they made these that are actually on display, and they take private commissions. And so, we talked for a while, and the price is unbelievable I think, for what it is. And the production time, I know the commissioners are very, what's the right word? Optimistic about their production times, but this allegedly will be finished in 4 to 6 weeks.
Wow.
Right. 1-to-1, life size. The only thing that they're not making in this picture is, the stand or whatever, which would be ridiculous to ship, from the UK. And it doesn't even matter, because I'm just going to get some painted boards and probably drill them into my wall and hang it from the ceiling or somewhere. So fully light up, or at least arc reactor light up, eyes don't light up, but all the stuff, paraphernalia hanging from him, just like the movie scene. So I'm super, super pleased. Super excited. And if it shows up looking half as good as this, I'll be super pleased.
Is there a website, Mike?
There's a private Facebook group that you can get invited to, like once you commission. And but I found this. I can't remember where I found it. There's a public Facebook group. I think it might be in like it's like, I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm sorry. But message me if anyone's interested. Just message me, and I can point you in the right direction.
Do they specialize in Iron Man, or do they do everything and anything, or what?
So this guy, I believe, specializes in Iron Man suits, but the main sculptor designer has done a lot of stuff that's on public display for like wax museums and stuff like that. Okay. Which is cool. So
does it come with the chains and everything, or just the suit itself?
So I guess apparently they've only made a few of these. And they're like, well, we could do it, but we need to source the parts and XYZ. And I'm like, okay, if you don't want to do it, it's fine. But they came back to me in a couple of days. They're like, no, we can redo this. And so it's everything that you see in the picture minus the background.
That's sick.
Okay.
What does it hang on to? Like, do you connect it to your ceiling?
I
Or
think
does
what
it
I'm gonna
connect to the back up top and hang down, or what?
I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a board on my ceiling and I'm gonna just put 2 hooks up there and just hang the chains.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
a baby swing.
Yeah,
Perfect.
pretty much. Yep. So I'm very pleased about this. I'm super excited. Yeah.
Let's just hope your kids don't learn to swing on that thing.
Man, that thing's gonna freak the fuck out of your son. Like a half
No,
body
dude.
hanging from the ceiling.
He calls it fireman, the fireman. So he likes Iron Man. He's scared, really scared of my Regal Robot Tauntaun bust.
Oh, really?
So my wife is forcing me to take that off my walls and hide it in my closet. Sorry, Tom Spina. I'm serious.
That's
I'm
funny.
like, I'm really kind of upset about it. I'm trying to find a way I can hide it on a different wall where he can't see it if he walks in the front. I'm probably just
Put
gonna
a
have
towel
to.
over top the head.
I was talking to my one of my employees, and she was like, "Why don't you just put like a hat on it? It could be." He calls it the moose. Like it could be the friendly moose. I was like, he's too smart
Yeah,
for
like
that.
Bullwinkle.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
Yeah. So this will probably take the place of the Tauntaun, and eventually the Tauntaun will have its day in the sun again.
So I got a question for you, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
What has kind of made the turn to go all in on Iron Man? Is it from getting the 1-to-1s kind of just snowballed it, or what?
Do you remember, you guys? We constantly ask each other, if there's one thing, like if your house is on fire, or you have to give up everything, but you can keep one thing, what would it be? And I kept saying it's the XM Hulkbuster. Number one, no matter what.
Yeah.
And then I was wondering, I'm like, why the hell do I like that thing so much? And part of it is like how dynamic and beautiful it is, but colors, concept, and the fact that I just think it's badass. And I think there's just something about the red, like the hot rod red and the gold and the way it just like pops in the room. Not to mention it's totally badass, kind of has that mecha vibe. It's just, I love Iron Man. I love Marvel. And so the other reason I kind of focused in on it is because you guys know I've been doing a lot of selling lately. Well, I'm always doing selling, but now I'm doing like mass selling, and I'm clearing out stuff that people didn't think I'd clear out. Like some of my Infinity Studios 1-to-1 busts, my Queen Studios Wonder Woman, which I sold to you and shipping tomorrow, hopefully. My Superman bust, the bunch, and I found that my room was just so cluttered and so messy because you have so many different things. I had to focus, and things look better when you start putting the same IPs together. So, you have your Transformers, your Jetwing, and your Shockwave on your desk, and they're freaking awesome together. You have, your War Tank and your Hulkbuster and your classic Iron Man, and they look awesome together. And so I kind of figured, and like we talked about last week, you guys think I'm joking, but this is that year of, hashtag curation. And part of the curating is going to be Marvel MCU with a heavy emphasis on Iron Man. The other thing that's cool about Iron Man is that everyone loves it. It's really cool. It's really dynamic and really colorful. There's lots of different iterations, so the collecting can go on forever, but they all look good together. So that's part of it. And I may change my mind next year. Who knows? But there's a lot of like interesting stuff out there. Just like this. This is also Kareem Abdelmadi. I'm probably pronouncing your name wrong again, but this was something he found and he tagged me in it. He's like, we need this. This is a 3rd scale custom by some guy who just happens to live not too far from me in Kentucky. And I talked to him. He's on Instagram. Brandon Croslin, I think is his name. And I'll share some of his stuff on our site later. But this is it's a 3D printed, hand painted, custom, hand wired, Iron Man. And the video is awesome with the pulsating arc reactor. I like that it's a smaller, more condensed base. I think the paint job in some of the high resolution photos looks awesome. So, it's just one of those pieces where, it's a 3rd scale and it doesn't really exist except for this.
Now,
which I think is
are these
amazing.
lights supposed to flicker like that?
So Yes, in this case, yes. And the Queen Studios ones, for anyone that owns the bus, they have different modes. They have like flickering mode, they have on mode, they have flashing mode. So it's just a choice.
Yeah. Okay.
Mike, I got another theory for you too. Why you like Iron Man? Could it be because he's a rich white guy who likes superheroes? I'm just saying, parallel, pretty on the fucking nose.
You had to go there, Shane.
Pretty on the nose.
Well,
Doesn't even need super abilities. Just hops in his suit. That's it.
Well, look, man, I have a Puerto Rican Superman. I have a purple Thanos, and I mean,
But you said you might change your mind next year.
So maybe
wouldn't that make you a hypocrite?
That's not the only thing.
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
Get there. But yes, possibly. So this again, I messaged the guy. He seems really cool. Down payment was like nothing. He's gonna buy and start printing this stuff. Apparently he says that he like stays really close with his clients and messages them and keeps them on board, which is fantastic because in the Star Wars community, I'm still freaking waiting on my custom Darth Vader helmet to come in. And it's been, you guys know, it's been 18, 20 months or whatever, maybe 2 years. And anyway, so maybe in this community, in the MCU Marvel community, some of these custom guys will stick to their word and move a little bit quicker, maybe. But 4 to 6 weeks, hell of a lot better than 4 to 6 months, let alone 18 to 24 months.
For sure. Yeah.
Speaking of your waiting, what's going on with your Chewie?
Chewie, let's see. Chewie should be ready in May.
May? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Tom said that it could be ready in February if I wanted to finish paying it off, which I might, but he said that's like very optimistic. So more than likely May.
I can't wait to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, I can't wait to. So, my Star Wars is going to pretty much consist of Han Solo and Carbonite, Boba Fett 1-to-1, Chewie, Regal Robot, my Darth Vader, and I have my Stormtrooper. And right now, my other 3 troopers, my Sand Trooper, my Scout Trooper, and my Snow Trooper, are in my closet where the Moose is about to go to. So. I don't want to sell those things. Those are all artist prop masters. They're custom fit to me. I feel like in the future, I get a bigger place, more space, I'd put them out again. They're beautiful pieces of work.
Yeah. Could you say, Mike, there's probably some pieces you'll box away, just pieces you don't want to sell, but just stash away for later?
Yes. 100%. I think at this point where I have a vision of what I want my collection to look like, as I'm sure you guys figure out over time, it's like, yes, I want this. I want to keep it, but I don't have room for it right now. And actually, this is what I have right now. My garage is filled with boxes of unopened things because I'm trying to clear out all this stuff first so I can redo my shelves and then start filling them. And then probably what I'll do is, for the things that don't make sense anymore, that either I don't want to collect or get rid of the lines, I'll sell them all. And if not, I'm just going to box them and just hold on to it because some of these things are just brilliant and low ES, and I don't want to come back and buy them later, especially because, you can always get something, but some of these things you're not going to get them at the same price.
Yeah.
I hear you might talk about cleaning your collection up, cleaning it up, moving pieces together that are supposed to be together and how they look. Makes me so proud.
All right. It's true though. It's so true because, all right, look, everyone asked me, you guys included, where's the room tour? Where's the room tour? I can give you a room tour of this tiny room, and Tom Hinton's been here. And, this is a real tiny room. It's easy to keep clean, but then my big room where the TV is and the couch is it's like 3 times the size, and it's just cluttered and crazy and just nasty. And it doesn't look good. I mean, what's the point of having these beautiful pieces of art and these beautiful collectibles, but they're mixed. They're mixed up, they're mismatched. Look at Shane. Like, you have so much room. I could put like 4 life-size Iron Man behind you and still have room. But one simple shelf. It's nice. A couch. Beautiful artwork on your wall, and that's it.
Yep.
I like it nice and clean.
Yep. Yeah.
The tree beard is not going anywhere. Lord of the Rings is a property I am keeping. I'm still collecting Lord of the Rings.
You know, when you start talking about this stuff, though, Mike, piranhas come out for your stuff.
Well, that's fine. Look, I posted up that post. Go there first. Eat up the stuff
And
that I
I'm
want to get
shocked
rid
that
of.
nobody's bought your Magneto yet, because you're asking what, 1,300 plus shipping.
Oh yeah, that's a good
what I read?
deal.
That's an
Yeah,
insane deal.
that's almost. I think that deal's better than Mr. X's deal when he sold his.
So you're selling the LBS Magneto?
Yeah, here's the thing. It's not because I don't like it. I love that LBS. I can't do X-Men. I can't do X-Men.
And you have the Aura?
Yeah, I have the Aura.
So it's that. And you're selling it for how much?
What was it, John?
1,300 plus ship.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. If I lived in the States, I'd probably buy that from you.
It's amazing. But I talked to Jay recently, and dude, well, first of all, you know, we were like, Jay, where's your Hulkbuster? And he's like in the chat in some group, and he's like, oh, I could do a Hulkbuster. And then I messaged him, and I'm like, are you serious? Are you really going to do this? And he's like, well, here's what I need to do first. And he sent me his list of everything that he's working on. He's like, but I'm putting it on this list. And so LBS is going to make a 1/3 Hulkbuster comic version, which it's probably not going to be till like 2025, but it's coming. And you know it's going to be amazing. But what is coming this year? The classic Iron Man, the Thanos, the Venom. So he's got some crazy things in the works.
Yeah,
Hush Superman will not be for sale. That's a keeper.
We were talking about that before the show, and Shane actually said he would be interested in that Hulkbuster.
Yeah, because
a little bit.
Really,
I'm going to be moving my villains. I'm going to have a few villains on throne: the Galactus, Joker, my Maestro, and that's going to free up a pedestal right here, looking across from Hulk, LBS Hulk, and Hush Superman. So I could fit pretty much any size statue right here. So I might just save it for LBS Hulkbuster.
Dude, I think it'll be worth it.
Yeah,
I think it'll be worth it. Oh
yeah.
Beast, I posted in the Facebook group, and I'll post again. I'll bump it.
And while we're on the topic, are you a hypocrite? So you have ventured from where we kind of started the channel, go big or go home, to taking a few steps back and going back to your roots of Hot Toys. So is this a permanent thing, or is this just a fling you're having with Hot Toys right now? Or
well, you know what the interesting thing is? Okay, you guys go big, go home, you know, nothing smaller than 1/3. And then at some point people are like, wait a minute, I thought nothing smaller than 1-to-1. And okay, first of all, let me explain myself. I have 2 1-to-1 Iron Men. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 1-to-1 Star Wars right now. I have 3 1-to-1 Dragon Ball Z. I have 1-to-1 Thanos, even though he's a bust. And then I'm sure I'm forgetting something. I think
Sauron
I have
on the way.
Sauron's on the way, and that's not right. So what's on the way? Mark 85 1-to-1, Mark 3 1-to-1. Sauron, even though he's a bust, 5 foot tall bust, 1-to-1. Iron Spider, Queen Studios 1-to-1. I think it's safe to say that aside from like Ronnie Stark and maybe a few others, I have more 1-to-1s than anyone that I know, except for maybe, where is he? Life Size Collector. So you cannot say I'm a hypocrite in that. We're going to say go big. But here's what I realized. The more 1-to-1s you have, the less space you have, or your space is cut up differently. Now, if you have garage shelves, you guys know that it's pretty easy to create clean lines, and you can get your 30 to 35 inch statues. You can extend your garage shelves however you want. But when you're going 1-to-1, you have 44-inch bases on these Iron Men, and then you have the condensed body. And so you have this weird space in between them. And so what are you going to fill it with? Well, artwork is nice. It looks great. But you can also do interesting floating shelves. You could put smaller things. And so what I'm doing is I'm literally curating. I want to curate like the best Iron Man collection in, let's say, the US, because Ronnie Stark's is amazing. And the other thing is they're cool as hell. So what did I do? I went back and I probably got, probably like 15 Hot Toys in the last 2 weeks. But some other cool things too, like this helmet. Like, check this out. I mean, then I'll have to shut him up because he's crazy. You know, this thing right here is freaking phenomenal.
But that's a 1-to-1 helmet.
Well, that is true, but still, it's a little bit of diversification of the collection, right? So, I mean, really cool stuff. But with the Hot Toys, another reason is, well, one, I had a lot on PO with John, and so I'm fulfilling some of those POs. But the other reason is I never got rid of my DTOFs, so they're still in the hallway. So I'm going to use them, and it's going to be all the Iron Man stuff with some MCU and whatever. I got the Battle Damage Thanos back, and I love that figure. But the details are just so damn good. So, you know, where I'm at is, if you're curating something and you're sticking on a line, and if you like it, it's really easy to pick up like 2 or 3 Hot Toys, you know, or one every once in a while, than picking up like 2 or 3 statues at the same time. So the wallet feels better.
This all sounds very hypocritical to me.
Oh, God.
Thank you, Jason.
I know. Here I am buying fucking half scale, and you're back down to 6 scale.
Well, hold on. It gets better. So, you know, there's this DLX line by 3.0. It's 1/12 scale. They look really good. So I picked up the Mark 43. And I'm going to pick up the Hulkbuster 1/12 scale. And what I want to do is I want to put the 1/12, the 1/6, and the 1/4 in a row and just record them all. Yeah. So part of it is I just want to do it just for fun. But,
so let me just enlighten everyone watching the show here for a second. I, a couple months ago, talked about I pre-ordered the Trapjaw from Tweeterhead, and it's 1/5 scale. And I think it was Mike who asked, what size is that? I said 1/5. Now, it was all in joke, of course. We all believe here, collect what you love, right? But these guys busted my balls so bad for buying this small, bullshit, junk, look too small. You like your toys. You should have seen the shit these guys put me through, these elitists, these sizes elitists. And now he's like, I'm buying a 1/28 scale fucking get out of here. What is this? You're go big or go home. You need to go home.
Hold on,
Mike.
Mike,
you're just going to be getting Lego minifigures next, aren't you? Let's be honest.
I mean, no, that's where I definitely draw the line. I draw the line there because I can't put those things together. It'd be so bad, and my kids will probably eat them. But so 1/12 is the smallest, and I think they're so cheap. That's the crazy thing is you're like, oh damn, this Hulkbuster 1/12 is $250 on Big Bad Toy Store.
Welcome to Collectors Enabled. Go small or go home. Go tiny or go home. That's what we are now.
But look at some of these things, though. Okay, look. If a Mark 1, okay, I'm definitely getting this Mark 1. But if Queen Studios, please, for the love of God, Queen Studios, announce your Mark 1 PO, please. I will buy it in a heartbeat, 1-to-1. It is beautiful.
That would be sick.
I mean, that's it. Mark 1, Mark 7, Mark 50, Mark 85, and Mark 3. I mean, that's well, one, I don't have any more room. That's it. But
I mean, 1/6 scale has always had a soft spot in my heart. I old school Bowen collector, so I love 1/6 scale.
And you know, people ask me about Hot Toys, you know, and the thing is, they're great. There's a reason why people have over 100, 200 of these things in their collection, because they are good. But my problem is, you know, kind of what we go back to is clutter. When you get over 100 Hot Toys, it's clutter, you know?
Yes.
So
these are staying specifically in DTOFs out in a very specific area that's outside of everything. So I'm not mixing and matching. You know, I'm literally trying to keep them clean looking. But you know, for now I just have them behind me because they're cool. So will I collect Ironheart as well? You know what I watched today finally? You all hate it.
As he avoids
Just
the
yet.
question.
No, you all said it sucked, and I agree.
Oh, God.
The new Thor movie.
Thor.
Oh, the Thor movie. Yeah. Not me.
Yeah. You liked it?
I don't hate it as much as Shane
Get
hates it.
out of here, John.
Look,
That
I don't hate
movie
it.
is a steaming pile of dog dick. That movie is awful.
It was bad.
It's
It
the
had
worst
potential.
Marvel movie ever made.
No.
Name one worse.
I
Marvel
haven't seen the Thor film, but I can name you a worse movie, which was Iron Man 3, and it's unwatchable.
No,
I don't like Iron Man 3. I like
it was
Iron Man
worse.
3 a hell of a lot more than Thor Love and Thunder.
Yeah, it was a lot better. Yeah.
That's how bad it is.
I won't bother watching. I haven't seen it, but I won't bother watching if it's that bad.
It's, the people talked about the screaming goats, and I thought it was just going to be like that one scene, where they introduce them. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, this is fine. It's not a big deal. And then I realized they're literally like a core part of the movie the entire way through.
Mm-hmm. But that's
so stupid. They tried to make it a slapstick movie.
That's what Marvel is now, though.
Well, hold on. I have a question. The person who wrote Thor, it was what's his name? Haida.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, is he writing some DC stuff now? What is he writing? What is he doing next?
I'm not sure.
Or was he fired from whatever he's doing next?
Well, he's not doing Thor. He's not doing Marvel anymore.
Yeah.
No, dude, I like Eternals better than Thor.
First of all, I like the Eternals, period. I'm not saying it's amazing, but I don't mind it. But Thor is 10 times better than the Eternals. It's not even close. Vice versa. The Eternals is 10 times better than Thor, Love and Thunder. I misspoke.
I was like, even my wife liked the Eternals. My wife couldn't stand Thor. She was the first 10 minutes. She's like, this is really bad. I was like, just stick with it. Just stick with it. And then she told me to turn it off. And usually she can tolerate, Marvel, and she actually likes Marvel, but she was like, I can't watch this.
It was awful.
Yeah. I hope, let's see. Wakanda Forever should be on Disney Plus soon, which means I'll be able to watch it
on the 20th, I think.
You haven't seen that yet?
Mm-mm.
I'm way behind on movies, so
fair enough.
It is better. Oh, Taika, that's right. Is it better than Thor?
Most people seem to love Wakanda Forever. I didn't. I didn't think it was bad by any means. I give it in between a 5 and a 6. I didn't find it great, but it wasn't terrible.
Okay.
What about this, Shane? Captain Marvel. Did you love that movie?
Did I love it? No,
Did you like it more?
I
thought it was terrible.
I thought Captain Marvel was not great, but it's definitely better than Thor. There's no Marvel movie worse than Thor. There's no superhero movie that I have ever seen worse than Thor Love and Thunder.
I think that Black Adam is way better than Thor.
Oh, Black Adam. I give Black Adam like a fucking 9 on 10. Thor, I give a fucking 1.
DJ Introkivo says 7 out of 10 for Black Panther. Okay. I am interested in the new Ant-Man and showing Kang and stuff like that. I think that'll be interesting. I hope it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to lose hope in Marvel, man. Their movies are.
Oh. Okay, so I guess
years are over.
To wrap things up, am I a hypocrite? I don't know. It's up to you guys to decide.
Yes,
I'm back buying a lot of 1/6, but I'm still buying 1-to-1. Am I a hypocrite?
Well, you were the go big or go home guy, so now you're buying 1/12 scale, and that's hypocrisy.
Mezco.
Yes,
he's going to be going to Mezco here.
If you weren't the go big or go home guy, then no, you whatever. But that was your catchphrase. Go big or go home.
Mike, apparently there is a rumor now that some of your latest statue pre-orders are small enough to jump into the quantum realm.
Yeah. Yeah, you've gone from one extreme to the other. Exactly. Thank you, Jason.
That was a good one.
To be fair, it's funny because I was thinking about this. Ronnie Stark posted a picture of him buying a hot toy today. So If
Like,
Ronnie
yeah, it's
can
like-
do it, I
He
think I
has
can
every
do it.
Iron
But
Man known
Ronnie
to man,
doesn't tell
though.
everyone go big or go home on his own YouTube channel. That's the difference. It's not because you buy big statues and now you want to switch it up. There's nothing wrong with that. You're the go big or go home guy.
Mhm.
And now you're going
But-
fucking minuscule.
But I'm also the collect everything guy. So
You're also the bullshit guy. Because you bust my balls when I buy something that's less than 1/3.
Oh,
all right, no more busting balls. Well, we'll still do it. Hold on.
Yeah.
Marvel Legend. I did buy a Marvel Legend. I did. It was fun, actually.
You know what did this, Mike? I think
Running out of space?
Dan's Wampa. It's the first time I heard you say it's too big. That's why you're getting rid of it.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden you're buying fucking Hot Toys and you're buying 1/12 scale and it just went downhill from there. I think the Wampa broke you.
I think it made me realize that space truly is limited, but not just that. It's when you want something to look good, you can have a room full of crap. You can have a room full of everything. And if you don't care, great, do it. But if you want it to look good and you want to collect big, I think you have to pick and choose. You have to, unless you have unlimited space, or if you have a museum, or if you have one huge 18-car garage and then a single family bedroom. That if you have that house, then you can do what you want. I don't know. Maybe I'm weak.
Like when I see people with $150,000 of collectibles, and they're on the floor and they're on boxes and they're on like a little fucking gravy pot and they're like stacked up. Do whatever you want. I don't care, but it looks terrible. It looks you're in my opinion, you're no longer a collector, you're a hoarder. There's a difference.
Yeah.
But
I know.
if that's what makes you happy in life, then do it. You're not hurting me.
I'd rather box up some things and put it away and take it out when I have the space, or switch things out. That's what I'd rather do at this point.
Or buy a bigger house.
But when interest rates come down, kids get older and interest rates come down, I will buy a bigger house.
Shit, everything's going to crash in the next year. We'll see.
I hope not, but maybe at least rates will come down. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Well, what do we want to talk about next?
Let's move on. Shane, did you have anything this week?
That I pre-ordered.
Pre-order came in.
No, we talked about it last week. I got the MYC
the
Hoth version.
Yeah,
and that was the last thing I pre-ordered. I think. Yeah, I'm just waiting this year. I'm waiting for Custom Mr. Sinister. I'm waiting for Megatron and Shockwave from Azersi. I'm waiting for Omega Supreme and Devastator from PCS. And I'm waiting for a couple custom Star Wars pieces to come up. Darth Crate. And hopefully someone makes a 2-lock Horde.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of the AT-AT, I just wanted to give a shout out to Michael at NYC. I kind of had a big scare the other day. I sent to you guys that he sent me a message. I pre-ordered it on Saturday. I get a message a day or two ago saying, "You ordered the AT-AT ? And I'm like, yeah.
Oh no.
And because I got like 3 emails from his website the other day, and evidently it didn't register on his end until the other day. So I thought I was going to be out of luck on it, but he's honoring it. So hopefully he didn't have any more issues with that on his website.
Oh, I hope not.
But Michael's the best, though. He takes care of you for sure.
We talk a lot about people and, like we're going to talk about Prime One and whatever. No, they don't care about the customer. Yeah. Michael truly cares about the customer. And if you guys don't know MYC, Custom Star Wars Group, message us. They're truly some of the best Star Wars stuff. He's doing some amazing model work. Mm-hmm. If you didn't see, they released the AT-AT or AT-AT last weekend. It sold out in like 5-10 minutes or less.
The Hoth was under 20. I think it was close to 15. And then the other one sold out within a couple hours.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So PCS canceled Grimlock.
Yeah. Did you notice that?
I heard about it. Someone told me that. Yeah.
Well, we know that PCS Plan, they're kind of custom dioramas with their individual ones.
We're talking the Grimlock fighting the Sharkticons.
It was the Grimlock that you didn't like. It was where he had his base form and then his other form, and he was like on top of it. It was a weird scale.
That's
fine. So I guess they canceled that because I guess they're going to stick to this new scale that they're working on.
The new scale and new direction where it's more Transformer and less crazy base.
Yes. Yeah, less diorama and more...
Yeah, the Sharkticons is Imaginarium Arts. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was never going to get that Grimlock anyway.
For me, real quick, before we get to Jason, nice. I got noticed the other day that PCS Sideshow's shipping these two. I think I'm getting charged tomorrow. So I should probably have these this week. So, I was so undecided on these two. That's one thing. I love PCS, but man, they make it hard to choose what version to go with because they always do like two of them. So I'm getting both of them. I'll open them up and may keep both, may sell one. We'll see.
I like them both. See, I like this one because I like the outfit.
Yeah.
But I like the other one because he's got a fucking chainsaw.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I mean.
Yep. So,
is this 1/3 scale?
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
So we'll see. And then Tuesday, my Queen half-scale Mark 7 is going to get delivered. And my PCS Rocky will be probably early this week too. So it'll be the black trunk one.
Okay.
The one I think it's it might be it was low stock last time I looked. It might be waitlisted now. So
nice.
But I did forget to throw on here though. They had shared their new Rocky with the American flag trunks. I may be picking that one up and selling when that one comes out. So we'll see.
Oh, here we go.
All right, Jason. So this showed up at your house, huh?
Yeah, it did. The Balrog. Which, I don't know why they. In all fairness, a lot of people were saying they were surprised it was on a pallet, but in all fairness, it left China like that. So it wasn't. It wasn't here. People didn't think it happened here in the UK that British people did. No, it didn't. I can assure you, British people don't give a shit. They just deliver things. It left wherever it was in China like that because you can see I was blanked out at the top because my name and address was on that and all the paperwork was there. So there was nothing. There was nothing on the shipping box at all.
Was this just a cardboard box or was it a?
No, there's a shipping box underneath it. It's just as well they did actually put that wrapping around it because I don't know what had happened, but the shipping box was wrecked. The art box inside was fine, but I mean all the polystyrene that they put around it was smashed. The corner pieces were all squashed and broke. But the art box came out absolutely fine. But I was bricking it for a bit when I took that wrapping off and I saw the state of the shipping box. I thought, oh no. But,
isn't that the worst? You wait so long, spend so much money, this anticipation, you're checking the tracking every fucking 2 hours, and of course it takes like 9 fucking months to get there, and then it comes broken, and it's heartbreaking.
But luckily, everything was okay. There was a one tiny little break on it, which I repaired, but it was nothing. It was just a little tiny thing. But, I repaired that. But immensely impressive. It's my first Queen Studios piece as well. So, really glad I didn't pre-order the Gandalf standing on the Balrog head now.
Yeah,
that looks so good.
Because honestly, this pisses all over it. I'm sorry for those who might disagree with me, but it does. It's just way for me. It's just that's it. I don't need to worry about Balrogs now. I'm sorted. I've got the diorama and I've got this, and that's me happy.
Yeah. Somebody had posted a photo here. Man, these two look great together.
Oh, that was Dave, wasn't it?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow. So good. That's how it's done.
Yeah.
I mean, is there even a need for like another Balrog in the future? Like, this is perfect. I mean, what else could you want?
There will be.
Oh, there. Yeah. Yeah.
There will be. I wouldn't be surprised to see Infinity.
Oh, I didn't even think about
something.
Infinity.
What do you think they do, though? You think?
Well, Darkseid are doing one if they ever get it out, of course. But Darkseid are doing one, so there's one coming there, and I just can't see that all these statue companies seem to be following suit in regards to what they're releasing. So I'm sure Infinity have got a half-scale Sauron land up, and I'm sure they'll be doing something with a Balrog. I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
The thing with Lord of the Rings is the villains sell. You look at the edition sizes, and the villains sell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was very happy, Jason, when I saw you on your channel saying that you're going for villains because you like the Fellowship, but the villains is where it's at. That's a great choice.
Yeah, I mean, the fact is, it's not just villains in Lord of the Rings. So I'm going to be getting rid of my Aragorn piece. I'm going to be getting rid of Legolas. I'll keep Frodo because he's got Gollum on the base. Mm-hmm. I'm waiting to see if anyone can do a better Frodo and Gollum as that, because I don't think they will. It is so impeccable. It is so impeccable. Anyway, but it's not just that. It's like I've got the Predator, I've got the City Hunter Predator coming, I've got the T800. So it gives me a lot more sort of. I've got the obviously big chap alien coming. So everything will be villains. Everything will be villains. So it's me sticking within my tram lines and also giving myself scope. I mean, I've got 2 Witch Kings coming this year, for Christ's sake. I've got a quarter and a half coming, so it's like... Oh, yeah, that's right. And when the Gandalf pre-order came up, I couldn't even keep it together on the video I did. I was debating so much about it. But I thought to myself, if you got that Gandalf piece, literally the day it arrived, and someone revealed a mouth of Sauron, you would sell that straight away. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you needed the space for the mouth. So, but if you had a mouth of Sauron, there's no way you'd sell that. Yeah. So I'm sticking to the things I know I won't sell, and I'm afraid a fellowship member for me would always be straight out the door, because I love the monsters. I always have them. I grew up with Harryhausen films. I grew up with monsters and things like that, and it's what's always appealed to me.
Yes. Well, I mean, if you could have Balrog, or you could have a Uruk-hai, or some blonde guy who's an elf. I mean, I'm really a fucking choice.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Also, it's like I always liked characters who were flawed. It's funny enough. I was chatting today with I was chatting with Jason today about it, and because he said, "Well, if you keep him Frodo," I said, "Yeah, but Frodo at the end of Lord of the Rings, Frodo was mega flawed. He was the same as Isildur. He couldn't destroy the ring. Yes, he was taken over by it. The whole thing with Lord of the Rings. If it hadn't been for Sam, it would have all fell apart." So at the end, Frodo was momentarily completely in the power of the ring. So he kind of was a bad guy at the end. So
Frodo's a bitch.
So Jason, I have a question for you, and this is because you have the Sauron. You love the Sauron. It kind of set the standard for Prime 1 Lord of the Rings for you. If you were to get, just hypothetically, the Infinity Sauron 1-to-1, would you keep the Prime 1 Sauron?
Well, to be honest, Mike, I wouldn't, which is why I haven't got the 1-to-1 Sauron. I wouldn't order it. It's I didn't order that because for me it's just too big. It's too much. It's too, I'm if Infinity did a half scale one, a half scale Sauron, and it looked the dog's bollocks, which most of their stuff so far in the half scale line is. I'd sell that without a second thought, and I'd have the half scale one.
So how tall would a half scale Sauron be? Would that be
4.5 foot.
4.5 foot. Okay.
Well, he's 9 foot, so it's got to be 4.5 foot.
That would be pretty awesome.
Are you thinking of selling yours, Mike? Is that why? Possibly?
Well, I'm just here. So here's the thing. So look, you have.
I don't think anyone's doing a 112 for me, so you're kind of out.
No one's doing the Ant-Man Sauron.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm such an idiot. One of my assistants gave me a Darth Vader. Do you guys know, like, there's like those children's thing where you get in like the little mini toys or whatever? She gave me a Darth Vader that's like literally this big. It's on my desk at work. I got to bring it in. It's my smallest collectible. But the reason I brought that up is because since this Balrog is coming up and you put your review up, a lot of people are questioning. They're like, well, would you get, and I think you put the question up on YouTube as well, would you get the diorama, which is sold out? Would you get the Balrog? Would you get the Gandalf Balrog Deluxe? And, you know, for people who own the Balrog diorama, they're like, well, do I keep both? Do I sell them? And I think the consensus is you're going to keep both because you're getting a different concept. You're getting more details. But that Balrog diorama is freaking awesome. You get to see so much. So
the poll that I did, I think 68% voted for the Prime 1 diorama.
Really?
Yeah, it was a huge majority.
Oh, the diorama. Sorry, I thought you meant
the diorama. Yeah. So I think that piece appeals to a lot of people because it captures. You've got to also bear in mind that a lot of collectors don't like busts. Simple as that. They don't like them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they're not even going to contemplate it. I mean, it's good. I think it's fantastic, but I don't mind either. But I've got both, so it's not an issue for me.
Right. Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Just looking at my display, seeing how I could fit that thing. I think this looks great.
For the money, I mean, it's seriously. I don't know if at the end of the year what categories you'll do favorite, but if there's a value for money, I mean, here we are, second week in January. I can't see anything for the rest of this year beating that for value for money. Simple as that.
No way. No way.
Because I mean, I was talking about this today. That is the second cheapest piece in my collection.
How much was it?
680 quid.
Wow.
That was £100 more than the fucking Argonaut by where?
That is crazy to me.
Exactly.
How tall is that, Jason?
It's I did know this. It's about. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, because it's actually on a stand there, so it's not massively tall. I know it's. Oh, I don't know. I'd have to get my tape measure, dude. I can't remember. I did actually measure it. I know that the Polder one is exactly, because I worked it out, is exactly 2.5 times the size.
Wow. Holy crap.
And more than 7 times the price.
Yeah, it's crazy for that. That price is insane.
Yeah,
which just goes to show, I think, highlights more what good value that one is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%.
And from Queen as well, who normally, let's be honest, they're quite bloody expensive, aren't they? They're normally the ones that I sort of, wow, that's every price. And they've come out with a piece that, back to the end of this year, is the best value piece that you can buy. I'll be very surprised if anything comes out better value than what that is.
Yep.
It just hit me today when I was doing some job and I was thinking about it, and I thought that is actually the second cheapest piece in my collection, and it's ridiculous.
That's nuts. That's mind blowing to me.
Yeah. I mean, I've literally gone from one extreme to the other. I've gone from the 3rd scale Predator, which cost me £1,200 to ship it here, to that.
Yeah.
Oh my
and that shipping fee was, I think, more than the entirety of that. Buy it, ship it, import.
That's crazy.
Oh my, that is nuts.
Yeah, I see this selling out pretty quick at that price.
Oh yeah, this is a no-brainer. This is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I sort of kind of wished I'd have bought 2 now and I'd one either side of my fireplace. It would look really cool.
Yeah. All right.
This
is going to be Mike. This is going to be Mike here soon.
This is so ridiculous.
That's insane.
I'm hoping these guys are like 4'5". Okay, the guy on the right is definitely short. Okay, he's also on a pedestal. Looks like the pedestal's
two
what, about a foot
pallets.
tall, maybe. Okay, two pallets. Probably about 8 to 12 inches, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You're hoping?
God. That is just insane to me. I don't know where I think I know where I'm gonna put it, but it's always different when you actually get something in the house, and I gotta look at the dimensions again. I know the base is not huge. What are the dimensions on the base? I guess I could look it up on Todd's website. Let's see.
Man, these boxes, what are you going to do with them? You going to toss them?
So this was another conversation in another group, and someone's like, what am I going to do with all these boxes? And my answer is garbage.
Yeah.
Because ain't no one going to buy that from you. It's a pickup only if you decide to sell. Even if you sell, you just, look, it's 2 arms, a torso, a base, a head, maybe some accessory pieces. It's not like a freaking Jetwing Optimus Prime where you cannot throw those boxes away unless you're gonna die with it. Just throw those boxes away. It's not even worth the storage space. It's just throw it away. That's unless it's a flight case from Queen Studios, throw it away.
Yeah. Mike, this is en route, isn't it?
Todd's.
Oh, you got it from Todd.
I got it from Todd. But
okay.
He said it should be coming pretty early this quarter. Okay. So this Spider-Man Iron Spider should be coming pretty soon. I'm trying to think of any big ones that are coming. I think according to Randy, after Chinese New Year, Mark 85 should be pretty close to coming out, even though it's like slated for like Q4 2020 this year, 2023. So yeah. Mark 85 might make an early appearance too, which would be great because I got my spot open for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm not gonna be able to display this. My son he's gonna just stay out of the room. Just it's gonna go in the back corner of my room along with the Balrog, and it's gonna be like the Lord of the Rings corner, and just he's not allowed to go back there. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where you could put your Tauntaun.
Well, that's what I was thinking. But I can only put my Tauntaun there if I have a double, like the full garage shelf. What I'm thinking is to only do half garage shelves around my couch so you can walk in my room and you can see everything.
Right.
As opposed to having to walk around.
That's a good one.
Thanos is 48 inches. Okay, so yeah, no, Sauron is taller. But it's mostly his head spikes. Those look to be like about a foot tall, so he's probably about the same as Sauron. Definitely lighter. That's good news, and definitely, he's multiple pieces.
I'm pretty sure it's 5'1".
That's not bad.
Because I think that's about the size of my Infinity. I think Sauron might be just a tad taller. I think the Infinity one I got upstairs is 5. I think with the sword it's 5.
I think you're right, because someone posted a picture of the Sauron and the ring wraith together,
and they're almost they're really the height wise they're about bang on, aren't they?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Obviously,
so I think
it's a bit different. So obviously the Infinity, the ring wraiths holding the swords, with pointing skyward. But
there you go. So but the guy
I did actually look when I saw that picture of the two together, because obviously I'm in the ring wraith bust up. So I did look at it and thought, actually, it's not as enormous as I thought. But then again, it's easy to picture something ahead, and like you say, when it turns up, it's quite a different story, isn't it?
I still need to unbox that. That box is massively tall, and I just need to get rid of it.
The ring wraith one.
Yeah, I still need to unbox that.
It's ridiculous. I was going to destroy, because I had all the boxes out of the garage there and resorted them all out and put them all back in. I've made room for all the boxes that are coming this year now, but I was going to destroy that. I was going to destroy it because I was like, if ever I sold that, which I wouldn't, but if I did, I thought it ain't going back in the box because you're never getting that pin out. Because I had to hammer that pin in.
Yeah.
You're going to boss the pinch, or you're going to boss the arm trying to get it out. So if anyone bought it, they'd have to come and collect it and just derobe it, take the sword off, and take it off the base and just carry it away like that. It's only a mannequin underneath anyway.
Yep. The same thing happened to my Batman Affleck bust, where one of the pins was perfect, the other pin I had to like. And what I really should have done is I should have just lined it up and took a giant drill and just rehold it. But I'll do that for Sauron. I'll do that for my Ring Wraith now that I have a little bit of that experience.
Yeah. But yeah, I did think about destroying that box, but I didn't. I don't know why. I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
It's hard to destroy boxes unless it's life size. Then I just burn them. Actually, literally,
my mum FaceTime and I got on because it was the first day today where I've had weather decent enough where I could get all the boxes out. And she was like, "Why don't you flat pack?" And I was like, "No, Mum, because I need the shit that's in the box. The reason I'm keeping them."
Yeah.
I said, "Do you think I'm actually keeping brown boxes?"
You know the best part is when I actually did throw away all those life-size Dragon Ball Z ones, and then I was putting them all together. I was like, "Oh crap, I'm missing a piece," and I had to go through my garbage and through all those boxes, like digging through and trying to find a piece of this big. It was like at the top of a sword. So make sure you take all the pieces out of your boxes before you decide to trash them, and then trash them and be proud of it. See a beast.
Yeah. Yep. All right, here's a new one that was announced this week. I know they teased this one months ago when they were teasing the 1/3 they're doing. So I was curious if they're even going to make this with all the announcements, but I'm really curious to see what this looks like.
Do you think that this will have as much hype as the JND because of the whole Cavill situation, or do you think that the collecting community is over it? We got through the JND thing, and now this is going to just be some kind of secondary thing.
It's going to be interesting because that's still. We'll talk about the new pictures that JND came out with. That I don't even know where that was at, where they took pictures of all the new releases. But yeah, this will be a big factor in what people. I don't know. It's, you have the Infinity one, and you like that one, right?
I like the Infinity one. I'm just selling it because my DC stuff is going to just be dwindling to JND and, some Batman.
And, I'm on the fence. I may pick that up from you, but I kind of want to see what this looks like.
Oh, when you mentioned that earlier today, I thought about that. I think some people are probably waiting to see this, and I know Infinity has their version of Superman with arms. This is just going to be standard Queen bust. So I'm sure people want to see the likeness, and I bet you some people will pick up the Superman, which, by the way, selling very amazing price. So John has first dibs, but if you guys are waiting for this reveal and then you're interested and John doesn't want it, just hit me up. So it's all yours.
Yeah, just for some reason, I like the simplistic look of this. I know some people like arms, like people complained about how Captain America had the shield,
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't make sense because it didn't.
It doesn't because it doesn't match. But if I could choose, I would rather have a bust that's simple like this than.
Oh, you'd rather no arms.
But there again, I have the Joker on order, so I'm a hypocrite just like Mike. So.
Well, no one's as bad as Mike. But fair enough.
Well, I think with bust, it's different because look, I think that the Thanos bust is perfect. Yeah. Because what does Thanos really care about? Infinity Gauntlet, and boom, there it is. Do you need his other arm? No. Who gives a crap? With Captain, when they first released it and had Mjolnir, and it's like, well, wait a minute, where's Captain's shield? And he only had one arm holding the hammer. That was a little hypocritical, and it didn't make sense. So the new version, which is widely loved, at least at all the like Singapore Comic-Con, all these things where it's been revealed to the public, was a good move. But look at like the Thor Infinity bust, which is just traditional. Look at the Vision, what else? So you can't have all these busts you can't have all these half torsos. They just don't make sense. They eat up too much space unless it's all you collect or unless you absolutely love the character. Yeah. So these traditional busts that Queen Studios are doing, they're nice. They don't kill that much space. And I think Queen, people may disagree. I think that Queen's bust sculpts and their silicone work is better than Infinity currently.
Yeah. So so we'll see in a few days what this one's
January 18th. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, a couple days.
Yep. So, and this is one I haven't even watched it yet. I pulled it up. I saw you posted about it.
This looks good. Simple, clean. Nice Ambin rifle. It's a standard simple sideshow. I think they did a nice job on this. I do have this on pre-order. I probably will let the pre-order go through.
Yeah.
It's a reasonable price. It's a very clean looking Mando. Pair them up with the sideshow Grogu, and boom, you're done.
True. That actually is a good idea.
Oh, it's all you need.
Because I've debated getting, because I have the Chewie bust, and I'm trying to decide what I want to do with Star Wars, because I've sold a lot of my 1/4 statues.
Yeah.
And I'm debating maybe doing Boba and maybe him in the middle. But
I mean, you can't go wrong. The thing about Star Wars is all these characters are so damn iconic that you could put all of them together because they've probably been all together at some point. I know Mando is, post ROTJ, but still, he's a Mandalorian. In the lore, it makes sense. You could have all of them together and they'll look great.
I know, but I'm trying to keep to one trilogy, and that's OG one, but I don't know. So
can I ask why? For space?
Yeah, just because once you start going down, you get a Mando or you get something from the prequels, then you're like, I need to pair something else with it. And that's where I think we get ourselves in trouble of adding stuff that starts to clutter up your collection. So
Yes,
to play devil's advocate, that's kind of an extension of the original because Boba Fett's in the original and Boba Fett and him are together in the shows. So
that's true. Yeah,
maybe it's an exception.
Yeah.
And technically, Chewie's alive in this time.
True.
Yeah.
And that's actually a good idea, Mike, to pair your Grogu with it. I didn't think about that.
I think it would look cool because that sideshow Grogu, for my image dump of all my sales, you had like Grogu laying down on his side drunk. And everyone's like, poor Grogu. So he's waiting for his father. And you know what? There we go. They'll be companions.
Yeah.
I almost pulled the trigger on a Prime 1 Sauron last week. Someone was selling one in Canada here for a good price, EX. And I was like, shit, maybe that's what I want for my pedestal statue.
What held you back?
I really
didn't want to be a hypocrite, apparently.
I really like
this is why Jason's here tonight.
I wasn't sure if I want to give Sauron, and I think the statue's amazing. You guys know how much I love that statue. I just don't know. It's so hard. Out of actually all my IPs that I'm missing like one piece or two pieces, who I want to give that pedestal to is the hardest decision for me because it's such a big commanding piece and I only get one of it. So
LBS Hulkbuster.
Yeah, but I mean that's probably not even going to be out for another 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, easily. Easily.
That would have been a great piece. So
I'm sure we'll figure out something. Who knows what's going to drop this year?
Yeah. There's no rush. Trust me, I got enough pre-orders and some coming up. I'm in no rush. It just was a really good price.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet you they made a ton of these things.
I don't even know on these that they make edition sizes. I think they just sell them until they want to be done with them because they've been selling that Boba Fett one forever.
Yeah, just open edition size.
Yeah. So.
That's better than putting 12,000 on there, I guess.
Why not?
I still need to open that. Yeah.
Like, what is everything you need to open?
You don't want to know. It's a ton. Well, it's not that much.
How you can live like that, man? I'd be so antsy. I'd need to open that shit. One, to make sure if it's broken, and two, just to fucking see it.
Well, you saw that picture of that like the Avengers light up custom sign I got that's like hanging by one screw and like sideways.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was like the last time I was in my room. When was that? Like 3 days ago? 2 days
Yeah.
ago? So I don't even have time to like screw a thing into the wall, let
I
alone
know.
open a Prime 1. This is another reason why Hot Toys are very easy to collect, because you can open the damn box while you're in the playroom with your kids, and then they start grabbing stuff, whatever.
But you get to the point where they stack up. I remember I had like 20 or 30 of them just stacked up in here, and I'm like, why do I have these here?
Well, it's another reason why I love the Queen Studios half scale, because, dude, you open it, it's the base, torso, the arms, the head, you're done. I love big scale stuff because the Thanos, the Gauntlet, and Thanos.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, they're heavy, they take up space, but you could display JND, the base, the body, and an accessory.
Yeah.
Dude, I spent New Year's Eve putting Optimus Jetwing together for 3.5 freaking hours.
That's insane.
I mean, is it beautiful, and do I love looking at it right here? Well, yeah, hell yeah, but 3.5 hours of your life gone.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm just disgruntled or hypocritical.
Yeah.
Mike, are you going to bite on that Mazinger Z by Josh Nizzi?
No, it looks so cool, but I can't. I have to be disciplined.
Looks so good.
Mm-hmm. I got to be disciplined. We could pull that up tonight.
This is some pictures that came out today of the Prime 1 Dio that looks like getting in people's hands. I think it looks amazing.
So,
and you know what? When I saw this picture, I'm like, perfect. This is gonna do everything I want it to. I'm gonna have the Godzilla bust right in the middle, back, these up front, and it's gonna work perfect.
Go to the picture with the Dio. Yeah, that just makes it, man.
It's not worth $2,000 in my opinion.
Dude, go back a picture, then go back and forth. Dude, it changes it dramatically.
It's different though. When you see how I display it with the Godzilla bust right in the middle.
Oh, it's gonna be beautiful.
In the back, but
John, you're looking at it the wrong way. You say, yeah, but it's $2,000. Mike says stuff like, it's only $2,000. It's not bad.
Yeah, I mean,
no. What I'm saying is, this to me, and I know we've had this debate before.
Oh yes.
I like, bam, like holy crap, that looks amazing. Yes, I know it takes up a whole garage shelf. Yes, I know it's expensive, but
this is the thing though, and this brings up kind of, somebody brought up a topic in our group about where our collection's going. How do you collect? What limits do you put yourself on?
Yep.
And that's where I look at a piece like this, and does it look great? Yes. But when I look at it, like, I'm a finance guy. Like, I got my degree in accounting, and I look at this. This is what, $5,000 plus shipping.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be lucky to sell this probably on the secondary market for $3,000.
Okay, so
if you're lucky,
yeah, I totally agree with you. That's why this is not a piece where I buy right away. I let this get into collectors' hands. You know, dude, Sideshow is offering this. You know that this is going to go on sale at Sideshow. At worst case, I'll get 15% off military discount in stock. You know, that it's going to go. Yeah. It's going to be on sale.
Yeah, with $1,500 in shipping now.
Well, that's bad. Now, Sideshow is definitely gouging 100%. Well, we know a lot of people are gouging, but literally, you know, I ship out every single day. John, you ship out every single day. And the shipping does not make sense. And look at the Sideshow has the benefit of their stuff being brand new in the box, sealed. We got to package all this stuff back up for stuff we display. That's hours of packing. If anything, our shipping should cost, you know, what Sideshow is for the handling fee alone. But
so I will say this. One, I'm not sure it looks too small at all, but to be fair, there's nothing there for size comparison. So
this is 54 inches wide.
Like, if you didn't know, you wouldn't know if this is a 1/6 scale or, you know what I mean, 1/6 scale size. Obviously,
it's hard to tell. There's no reference.
But you can't tell when there's nothing for size reference in there. But I think the buildings in the middle look really cool. I don't think they're necessary for $2,000.
Now, if
I don't think
if
they're worth it either.
If there's a Mecha Godzilla in the middle, that's worth $2,000.
Yeah, even if he was like smashing through the buildings and you just saw like maybe his hand and his head, that would be cool.
Yeah, and that's where I said I'm not sure scale wise, but I thought instead of get this middle building, you could too get the Mecha Godzilla piece and stick in the middle.
If it was half the price, like $1,000, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Not 2,000. I think it looks really good with just the two of them, John, in your idea with the bus in the background. I think that'll look great.
So
what do you think about this, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I liked it when it was revealed. I thought it's an epic piece. For me, if it was me, I was buying it. I think because of it's this impressive diorama. And I agree with what you say about the price, but I think I'd have to have the middle piece because you're sort of buying 2/3 of something, and if you're in for 2/3, you might as well be in for the full amount. And I think for me, if I was going for it, I'd have to have the bit. It would be begrudgingly. I agree with you. 2,000's overpriced for that middle bit, but it does make a shitload of difference.
Yeah. I think if that's all you're gonna do, but where I have the bust, and if I had this set,
exactly, you've got something. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. You've got something to stick in the middle, which
I would probably sell the bust. If I got the whole thing, I'd sell the bust and just do this. And that's an idea, Mike, because then where does Godzilla bust go with this? I mean, it doesn't go anywhere. It's just going to be a standalone somewhere.
So you know what I was thinking, and what I would do is I would do, like one garage shelf, and what it would be like this, either like on the top or the whatever, and then it would be the Godzilla bust, and then I really still want to get the Mecha Godzilla. I think that piece is so
and that
cool.
would make sense. Or if you get the Kong bust, which I think will go on sale.
It'll go on sale. Yep.
And I'm gonna watch for that. If it goes on a deep discount, I may pick that up. But
yep,
we'll see.
So. I think that, the Godzilla, I want it to be a part of my room, but it'll just be literally isolated off one garage shelf. Boom, there it is.
Yeah. Okay, what else we got? This was another one I thought we'd talk about. You posted about, because you haven't ordered this yet. You're kind of debating because you got the 1-to-1 bus coming, Tom Holland.
Yep. Yeah, that should be here in 2 to 4 weeks, maybe.
Yeah. And you were kind of asking, do you go with the head sculpt or just no sculpt?
Yeah. So I know that the U.S. licensed version is only with the head sculpt for some reason, and the version with just the Spider-Man head is non-U.S. licensed. Not that it matters. But if you wanted to buy from, like Marcos or someone like that, he can only offer that one. Obviously, if you go with Todd or overseas distributor, you could get whatever the heck you want. And I was just curious because this would fit really well into my Marvel collection. Obviously, it goes with the half scale Iron Man's, goes with the half scale Queen Studio stuff that's coming out. We know that Loki should be introduced pretty soon. We know that the Infinity Thor should be pretty soon. And so the question was, which one do you get? And you have a 1-to-1 Tom Holland bust already in, which people generally agree is very good looking. Would you want the option to switch this out, or would you say, nah, forget it, save the money? That's my question.
So this will be a good one for Shane and Jason. So the price difference between these two is $600.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I just want to be clear on something. You're asking to go with the bust, life-size bust.
So Mike's already got the life-size bust, but
yes.
Let's just say, I think in his case, you can probably say you don't need the head sculpt, but just in general, is it worth it to get the head sculpt?
Just to have, obviously people always like to say, hey, I want the bonus version. And that's essentially what I'm asking. Do you need the quote bonus version
on this piece here?
Yes.
And it's how much more?
600.
No.
For silicone rooted hair, all that jazz. And it comes with a bus display stand.
I'm not even a silicone guy or rooted hair guy. So, and I don't want my Spider-Man without a mask on. So no.
And I've always been perfectly vocal about the fact that I think a lot of exclusives are just a waste of time. Oh, I mean, they are. I mean, Legolas with 3 arrows, they depicted him in a key moment from a scene in the Two Towers where he was not firing 3 fucking arrows. So
yes, that's a perfect example.
People go on about movie accuracy. You can't be going on about movie accuracy with one breath saying he doesn't look like Orlando and then posing it with 3 fucking arrows. You're either being accurate or you're not. So that is a complete... I mean, you had no choice for Legolas. It came with the 3 arrows. But, and I'm ranting a bit now. And it was the same with the Aragorn with all the portraits. I didn't like the other portraits, so I didn't buy it. I don't need them. I don't see the point in paying for something to leave it in the box. The Balrog diorama, that whip has never come out of the box. Well, it did briefly for 2 seconds. I thought that's a piece of shit, and it went back in, and it's never come out. It's in the garage. You know what I mean? It's like,
I said the same thing.
What's the point? What is the point if you know you're not going to use it? You might as well put that money on the table and set fire to it.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful. Well, see, that's a very good point, and I think here's the difference with these. Is that this will probably be displayed on the bus stand. But here's the interesting thing. I think that half scale realistic busts are weird. So, I have the Aquaman right over here, and it's beautiful by Queen Studios. It was their first half scale. And I think it's a perfect depiction of Jason Momoa as, the king version in his gold and green suit. And but it's just a little strange to have a half scale head, versus like my half scale Iron Man or the Mecha or Transformers or stuff. Okay, that's not as weird. So I think having a half size Tom Holland head on a bus stand, I don't think I'd actually display that. It's either going to go on the body or it's going to go in the garage, like Jason was saying. So I mean, it's $600. I doubt shipping will be any different. I mean, that.
I mean, for me, literally, the only thing it seems. I mean, I had the regular Berserker behind me because I didn't want the unhelmeted portrait. I didn't want the severed head. But I think the only thing it does work on, and here's me being a hypocrite, is the Predator pieces with the different portraits and things on them, because I think they do look good displayed as I've got all mine in the cabinet over there, all of them off the Jungle Hunter displayed, and I've gone for the deluxe one on this City Hunter as well, because I do think they look good. But like you say, just a human head on it just doesn't. Yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, I normally. For me, an exclusive, it's got to be something that I want. It's got to be something if I'm even thinking, I ain't going to go for it. I'm either, I want that bit or I don't.
Yes, I agree. I agree with you.
Yeah, I'm still on the fence with this. I hate the hands on this. It's just a weird pose to me.
It's interesting, and I wonder if they wanted a reason to like show you the repulsor cannon on like his hand there. Hey, we're gonna light this up, so let's not waste an opportunity. I kind of agree. I mean, hey, that $600 will pay for shipping for something else, I bet.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There's a question here from Lane.
Isn't that on sale on the P1 sale?
I don't know. You two are the Bayformers guys, so I don't know. I don't think it's $1,100, but
I've never looked at the Grimlock. I've never had any interest in it.
I'll pull it up.
And I'm surprised, honestly, Lane is too.
Yeah, why is Lane asking?
Not my Grimlock.
Oh, the small one. No, hell no.
Yeah.
No.
It's 15 inches high and 20 inches long.
No, I would pass.
For $1,100.
Now, if you like a mechanical dinosaur, now I do think it's badass. It's very cool looking.
The detail's great. for sure.
Oh yeah, but
I-
not for the price.
Saying, Mike, go big or go home. Buy the big one.
Oh no, actually, that was literally what I was about to say. If you can find the big one,
Hypocrite.
well, especially the big one with that little Optimus riding him. That's
You know what you do, Lane?
cool.
Just wait until Hot Toys comes out with one, and then you can buy that like Mike does.
That'll be 3-0.
Yeah, it'll be 3-0. Yeah,
And it won't even be 1-6.
It would be 3-0.
No,
Right.
yeah, it'll be teeny.
it'll be 112.
Yeah.
I was just going to say 1/12 scale.
I can't wait to get that 112 Hulkbuster. It's gonna be great. Oh, jeez.
We kind of already talked about this with the Hulkbuster.
Yeah,
And
dude, Jay is
teasing-
so cool.
Yeah, teasing the Iron Man back there.
Is
So.
Jay gonna join us to hang out at some point?
He is. He told me he was going to get back to me. Yeah, like 4 or 5 days ago. I gave him a few days. I messaged him, and he hasn't looked at the message yet. But he did say he is going to come on the show.
Cool. Yeah, we'll talk about some LBS stuff.
Yeah. Mikey, you got this one on order. Is this one shipping?
It says shipping first batch August.
Okay.
Although
so,
this
wow.
is the production piece or production sample rather, and oh boy, that looks
Big.
rather nice. Oh, it's huge.
You're gonna
Looks
hang.
really big.
You're gonna hang this up, or what are you gonna do with it?
Well, they were talking about having like an optional display stand. I think they were maybe talking about having some kind of like wall display. Honestly, I have no freaking clue what I'm gonna do with this. This might be one that I put in the box and wait for a bigger house. I think it's just so cool. No one will ever do a 1/6 scale Snowspeeder ever again.
Yep.
And I bought this when it was first PO'd, so the price is ridiculous. For what it is, it's ridiculous in a good way.
How big is this, Mike, compared to Michael's TIE Fighter, let's say?
Oh, this is probably like 3 times bigger, 3 or 4 times.
Okay, because it looks really big.
That's a 1/6 Luke Skywalker hot toy sitting in the cockpit. That is a 12-inch figure.
Holy shit.
This thing is huge.
Oh,
I think
man.
it's like 3 feet or 4 feet by something.
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually do. I sold every single Star Wars hot toy except that one because I knew this was coming. And I have a custom DAC head sculpt that I need to get painted. I'll probably buy another Luke Skywalker once he's on sale, and I'll put the DAC sculpt, and that'll be it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 3.5 feet.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, go big or go home. Here we go. Are you happy?
No, we've established we're not happy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This was cool that Ant released this today.
This is cool that they do that. I was kind of hoping to see something about Transformers, but this is for Q1. So
Yeah.
Just Q1. That's crazy.
yeah, there's a lot of IPs on there. Like Battletoads. That's fucking
I know.
amazing.
Killer Instinct. Yeah, those
I'd
are.
love to put some Battletoads with my Ninja Turtles.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the last Ronin on motorcycle 1/4?
Yeah, I was.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see that. But the Ghostbusters should be interesting.
Yeah, the diorama. I guess so. They're gonna. It seems like PCS is going the way of you can have individual statues, or we're gonna make our statues work together. In some cases, I think that's a cool idea.
Genius.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Blade, that one, a lot of people are excited about.
Blade, yeah.
Oh yeah. They teased that Blade, didn't they?
Yeah, the head sculpt of it.
Yeah. Yep.
So, all right. Don't know if we wanted to talk about this at all from Infinity about some of their bus getting canceled from
The whole shit's so confusing.
It's weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are we talking about people who are scamming people and the orders never got put in?
Because here's my 2 cents about it. Why should they be out apologizing about it? Why aren't the distributors or stores that are buying these from them being the ones to do it. That's what makes me question, like, are they not wanting to finish production, or something just seems weird to me?
Well, and some of these pieces were ordered 2 years ago.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, usually when you pay a deposit as a like distributor, it's within weeks to a month or two at latest. You would think. So,
and if it is the person you're buying it from and they're shady, then how would Infinity Studios even know it if that person never put in an order to begin with? So it's very confusing to me. I don't understand everything behind it. I get the gist of it, but I don't understand everything behind it to make a decision on it. It just sounds shitty.
Yeah. Do you think they're not finishing batches?
That's what I feel. I mean, that Wonder Woman, that's been how long ago?
4 years?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, oh, by the way, like, you ordered this before COVID was around. Sorry. You might not get it. Like, get out of here.
And I mean, and how did they know, honestly, you know, if stores are selling pre-orders without having it actually ordered through Infinity, how does Infinity know that? You know what I mean?
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying. How would they even know?
They wouldn't know. It would be customers saying, hey, how come I'm not getting this, you know?
Yeah, and they'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
So that's what's weird, because it's one thing for them to address that if people are complaining, but for them to just come out,
it doesn't make sense to me.
So,
Mike, did you order the Aquaman bust?
No, because it kept getting pushed back, and that's, at the time I was like very ready to buy it. It was supposed to be, Sideshow was saying June or July, which means U.S. retailers, and it just kept putting pushed back. And I was gonna do the whole.
I remember that. That was like July or something, July, August.
Yes. And I remember messaging Todd and be like, "Hey Todd, are you getting this yet?" And he's like, "No idea what's going on." I think they're just not finishing batches. I think they're getting maybe tired of it. Maybe they're getting behind. I think that Infinity does good work, but I don't think they do great work. I think that there's a lot to be desired for the price that they're demanding. And call me a hypocrite, but I think that JND is way more worth the price than what Infinity is offering. These are looking good.
I won't even touch that because that's a whole show in itself.
So. Yeah, we're not going to go there, but JND had this this public showing. It's just cool to see them all together. They look good. That looks really good.
That does look good. Tom says that Snowspeeder's 3 by 4 feet.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
Oh my god. I don't even know.
Fucking huge.
Mike, what are you doing for Battinson?
So I ordered the Queen Studios Deluxe 3rd scale, and I'm selling it to Toshi DePayne because he wanted it. Okay. It's coming in my order with my Mark I and my Tom Holland bust, so we'll have it pretty soon actually, and I'm just going to send it over to Payne and let him open it and review it. But what I'm thinking, because I do want a Pattinson representation, I think I'm just going to get this to go with my JND line.
I got the Prime one on order, so
I have the Prime one. I have the art version Prime one on order. I think I'm going to cancel that and just stick with the JND.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one I liked the most when they all came out after the movie came out. I can't remember which one I liked.
It probably doesn't matter because we'll finally be seeing production photos of everything real soon. Then you could really make a decision.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, do you have that picture that I sent you guys where it's like, this is really off?
I'll get it.
Look it up. Life size says, Mike, you need a room, a vaulted ceilings, paint and ceilings black, but those thousands. Oh, that'd be funny. That would look awesome. Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be cool. Oh yeah, just that hot trash. That looks so bad. Looks nothing like him. Who is that actor? That's just a hyper realistic Superman guy. Looks like some guy who goes to the gym.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, could it have improvements? a little bit, but I don't know what people are talking about. I think people are just trash into trash at this point.
And I'm sure there's going to be improvements. This thing's not coming out for another year, at least. Jason, what do you think about this?
Is this the JND one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the JND and it's pictures of Henry Cavill.
Yeah, I mean, it's I personally can't see any. The thing is, there's so many things that fucking bore me, and
like the show.
no, it's I don't know how many times we're going to have to talk about photographs of statues and people jumping to conclusions off a photograph. I mean, it happened with the Predator piece. And people, because it was somebody took a photograph and drawn a computer line on it to say it was leaning. And I was there saying, I've got it here in front of me. It's not fucking leaning.
Yeah.
You know, and you just get so tired of going over the same ground. And I just come to the conclusion now that some people, they don't like collecting. They like fucking moaning. And you can do a lot of that in statue collecting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is so true. Oh, I love it.
You know, I'm not a DC. I'm not a DC fan. I have, you know, it looks fine to me. It looks absolutely fine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I went through the Aragorn debacle, Prime 1.
Yes.
You know, and it was like it turned up, and I think at the time it was vastly my most watched video at the time.
Yes.
And I was like, there's nothing wrong with it. But there were still people messaging me saying, no, it looks a bit like him. I was like, oh, you've got it, have you? No, I have. It's here. I can see it. There's nothing wrong with it. I said quite clearly, it's not 100%. No, it isn't 100%. I said it's 85, 90%, which it is. I think it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been made to look quite inferior now with the in-art one that's just come out. But
well, yeah, that in-art one, that's amazing. I can't wait to see that in person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on real quick. Kluber Ling came out for order this week. I think it turned out pretty good.
I think it looks good. I think they made him a little too thin.
Yeah.
He should have been a little beefier.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure almost everyone agrees with that.
Yeah.
Like he's a little too thin.
Yeah, I'm probably going to wait on this one, decide when it comes out.
Like the likeness isn't bad. I mean, that first photo they put out, it was
that was
a bad choice to put that photo. But the rest of them, it looks good. It just he needs to be a little thicker, like his chest needs a little more beef on it, on the pecs, and he's a little too thin.
Yeah. Yeah. New from Prime 1. I know Shane really liked this one. I
don't dislike it. It's not my iteration of Superman that I like.
I just wonder
it's a cool one.
Oh, absolutely. I'd like to know the story behind the base. I see like octopus tentacles and zombies. I don't know the storyline, so
yeah. I'm curious how many will sell of this. Think many people will pick this up?
What I find interesting is, in my opinion, the best portrait is the regular version.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually the case.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised.
That base is really cool, though. I'll give them that.
Yeah, the base is cool.
Prime 1 knows how to do a base.
There's a strong following of the death metal line, and I think that it'll probably sell out, but just because everyone's going deep into that line. Not everyone, but people who are going deep.
Yeah.
What do we got for an ES on this? 350?
TBD.
Oh.
I bet it'll be probably 350 to 500.
This one.
And it's a 1/3, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
For $16.99, I mean,
it's not bad.
Yeah.
Everyone's still waiting to see what that Hush Superman 1/4 scale is going to be.
Oh,
yeah, we'll talk about that here in a second.
Yeah.
This is one that me and Mike
I'm
are
looking forward
excited
to this.
for. This should be coming anytime.
This is cool.
Is this a hot toy?
Yes. This is a 1/6 scale vehicle. This thing's going to be big too.
Yeah.
Details are great.
Mhm.
I love the
Did you-
light up. I love that it's USB. Wait, it's
Did
USB,
you-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you unbox your dock yet?
No, I'm waiting for this to come in. And I'm going to, yep. Looks good. Yep. I'm waiting for him, for the car to come in, and Marty and Doc are going to go on display.
Yep.
God, it's beautiful.
Yeah. I think that's. And then we were going to talk about this video. I know a lot of people have brought this up in the community about Prime 1. Did any of you guys want to tackle it first on your thoughts on it, and if you agreed with?
So I think the guy made some very good points. Prime 1, I understand at the start where they made the Hush Superman, they apparently didn't have the 1/4 scale DC license at the time. But you got to say, with all the variants they do and all the different shit they do, like it's shady when a company doesn't do it up front and say this is what we're going to do. With that being said, they're a company that's out to make money. They don't care as much about the small guy as a guy like Mike from NYC. They care about making money. They're a company. They want to make money. That's what sustains them. That's what pays the bills. I get it. But a lot of collectors have a lot of stories about Prime 1 not really giving a shit about them and making them feel basically stupid when they call them for support. And that's not cool. So I think this guy made a lot of good points, and
I just think it's interesting about some of the stuff he brought up about, reaching out to them and they say, oh, each one is made different, or we don't see what you're talking about. And
yeah, the arms falling off.
Yeah.
And then I love how people comment on this video. This video was posted in a couple groups. And people make comments about, oh, if you can't afford stuff, blah, blah, blah. Have you seen this guy's collection?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? Does it look like he's hurting? Like, have you seen all the Prime 1 pieces this guy has? He's not some fucking Joe Schmo hot toy collector who has one Prime 1 studio and he's fucking crying. This guy has a plethora of Prime 1 studio statues, and people, oh yeah, well, maybe you can't afford it. Maybe. Yeah, it looks like he can't afford it. Fucking idiots.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I think, will the community ever come together against a lot of those things? I don't think so, because we continue to buy this stuff, and most of these companies don't listen. They just don't care.
Well, it's like what we were talking about before, where it's like, okay, this Queen Studios Balrog bust is like the best representation of the Balrog. And if you don't like this one, well, the diorama by Prime 1 is the best. And it's like, do we need another one? Well, these companies aren't going to stop producing things just because we've completed our collections. They're going to produce things over and over and over. And there's only a limited amount of IP. And the people with the money who are actually buying these things are around our age. And there's only certain things that we're going to buy at this point. So they're going to keep doing different iterations of it. The thing that kind of turned me off was, I do care about ES. I do care about, that kind of grail effect. Hey, this is cool. I own this. There's 66 of those Queen Studios Mark 50s in the world, and I have one of them. That's cool. If Queen Studio were to drop another 66, would I be disappointed? Not really, because it's badass, and I would want you guys to have the opportunity to have one. But I look at my 1/3 Superman, and okay, a 4th scale is coming out. I don't care, because it's not the same. This thing is huge. It's 42 inches tall or whatever it is. It's beastly. And just because there's a 1/4 scale doesn't mean that I feel any less. What he was saying is like, oh, I feel like I don't desire them as much because, XYZ. And it's like, well, or the other thing too is like, if you don't care about, resale value, then you're collecting, then either you suck at money or whatever. And it's like, well, dude, I mean, not all of us need to make profit off of our sales. It's like, crap, the stuff I sell, I'm like practically giving away. John too, and that's his store. So not all of us need to make a buck on our collection. Now, is it nice to flip something for a really nice price every now and then? Yeah, but at the end of the day, we're all kind of on the same team. We're all trying to look out for each other. And if I can save you, a couple $100 and you get something that you're really desiring, I'd rather do that than like there are well-known people in this community that they will not sell something unless it's like at least 10 or 20% higher than retail, especially if it's sold out. And that's good for you, but dude, I mean, do you have any friends? Like what the reason, we have 700 plus followers, on this channel is because of all the friendships we've made, over the last, 2-3 years. And a lot of those friendships have budded from me buying something or selling something to someone. And I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. So I watched it, I listened to it, and there was a lot of debate in our Facebook group, but
well, what did you think, Mike? So what you're speaking on, I actually agree with you for that. That's why I didn't even touch on that stuff. Just strictly what he said about Prime 1, like the way they come out, like a perfect example, that Wonder Woman. They release it, here's the edition size, it does well, it sells out, and then, okay, now we're going to re-release it, but it'll be a silver trim instead of gold. That's bullshit. It's shit like that I'm talking about. Or
like the repaints, right?
Arms falling off, the magnet's clearly broken. And they say, well, it's, they're all handcrafted and yours is special.
So I've had some issues with Prime 1 stuff in the past, just because inevitably, if you own enough Prime 1 stuff for any company, you're going to have an issue here or there. And I've been mostly satisfied with how they've, treated me and kind of dealt with my issues. But I'm also laid back, and I'm a pretty, I guess I don't want to say veteran collector, but I've had enough to understand I'm not like super high maintenance. And, this is not my only Prime 1 statue that I saved all year to buy. And it needs to be perfect. But I've also come to the realization that, dude, it's polystone and PVC and hand painted stuff. And it's going to have variance. It's going to have issues. Temperature causes issues. So, is there customer service? Is it problematic? I don't necessarily think so. Every time I email them, I get a response in less than a day, at least. They're responsive, and I don't know. I mean, I don't really have an issue. If they want to repaint something, okay, whatever. Keep making your money. I think the bigger thing here is that they're flooding the market. They're saturating the market. And, especially you have all these big players now, and there's so much coming out at the same time. And if you do anywhere from Hot Toys to, vehicles to Prime 1 to Queen Studios, you have a lot to choose from. And so that's why I think these things aren't really going to sell out. That's why I think, I don't know. I got way off topic there.
What do you think, Jason? Your thoughts on Prime 1?
Are we talking specifically about this video?
Yeah. Or your thoughts with personal experience, or
because I spoke to Mike briefly before this, because I said I don't want to go. It's one thing for me to go off on a rant on my channel. Let's go off on a rant on somebody else's. I'll be honest, because I've seen this before. I've seen this type of video before aimed at other companies. And this goes back to the complaining thing with the photographs and things like that. I find certain subjects tedious at best. And when I see a title of a video, the title this had, I'm done with buying from Prime 1. The first thing I think is, well, why do I give a fuck? Why are you telling me that? So straight away, I'm as likely to click that fucking video as I am, I don't know, fucking something on flower arranging. But then to put an afterthought in, or put you should be as well, why? Give me one reason why I shouldn't buy from Prime 1. Because your problems aren't my problems. In my experience is every issue I've had with Prime 1, I've resolved it. I didn't feel the need to make a song and dance about it. I got in touch with Prime 1, same as what Mike was just saying, that I found them to be perfectly polite and professional. I had 2 tiny breaks on one of mine. They gave me $100 in reward points. Somebody says, "Oh, I wouldn't be happy." That's fine. That's you. I was happy with it. And I'm not going to jump on some bandwagon just to be part of a crowd if I don't agree with it. And I don't agree with most of the things that were said in that video personally, because I haven't experienced that. Now, if you're going to bring things up from the past, as far as I'm concerned, you obviously accepted it to some degree. So why are you bringing it up months and months and months later? You see, for me, if I couldn't get a resolution, they can have the damn statue back. I'll have my money back. So a lot of it, I did sit and watch it, but yeah, I don't want to go into a rant, and I can feel myself going into one. From my personal experiences with Prime One, I don't have an issue with that company. I have more of an issue with someone thinking they can tell me I shouldn't be buying from them. Please explain to me why. Give me a reason why. I might not have bought as many Prime One statues as you have, but I've bought a fucking lot of them.
Yeah.
And I've not had a single problem with them. Not one. Not an issue. Nothing. And I can't do anything about other people's issues. I can't do anything about that. That's on you. You sort that out. I was brought up that if you've got a problem, you go and sort it out. If I was getting picked on at school, my dad was, "Well, go and fucking sort it out." That's what you did. And any issues I have, I sort it out. I don't feel the need to get a mob together and do it that way.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, looking in their shoes, if they could sell 1,000 or so 1/4 Hush Superman, from a business perspective, why wouldn't you do it? You know? So there's 2 sides to it, and I understand both sides, but...
Well, I mean, here's the other thing, too. The more successful they are as a business, the more stuff they're going to make, the more they can put into like R&D and create different things. So maybe another way of looking at it, and this I could be totally wrong, is, hey, if I sell another 500 of these, Dianas, with the different color paint, well, I can take that money and I can put it to this developer who's making the Power Master, and spending all that money in development. Now, I have no idea if that's true or not, but hopefully they're reinvesting into their company instead of just repainting. And maybe the repaints are an easy way for them to reinvest and do something new and crazier.
Well, they are reinvesting, Mike. I mean, they're producing more stuff than anybody else. They're producing more. They're getting more licenses, more pieces. More. I mean, they've just revealed they're doing third scale Terminator 2 line. They've just revealed they're doing the AVP Predators. I mean, that stuff does. People just seem to think this stuff falls out of thin air. Can you imagine the amount of work that goes into getting these? Like, what other company is doing the mass amount that they're doing?
Yeah.
I've said this before to all those people that hate Prime One, and I'm sure they've got valid reasons, but that's not my problem. But I'm sure they've got valid reasons. If Prime One were to disappear, we've spoke about this before on live stream with you guys. There'd be such a fucking void left. Get used to talking about nothing for 6 months, because that's what would be happening. Because you invariably, you're always talking about what Prime One are doing.
Yes.
They are the biggest company, and the reason they're the biggest company is because they know how to make money. I don't get this whole thing about they don't care. Well, I can't think of a company that I buy from that cares about me personally. I don't go to the petrol station and the woman runs out and gives me a fucking hug. So they're a business designed to make profit, to make money. And like you said, Mike, they're clearly reinvesting it into the company to get more license to produce more stuff.
Yep.
And again, this boils down to the fact that there's a lot of fucking moaning goes on in collective. There's a lot of moaning, and I think a lot of people do enjoy to do it. And I know some people have valid reasons, and I can understand that. But my opinion is, at the moment, I've not got an issue with them. Yeah. Simple as that. And I say, when I saw the title of that video, I wasn't even going to watch it. It was only then when quite a few people said you need to watch this that I did watch it. Otherwise, I wasn't going to, because the title of the video pissed me off.
And I wasn't going to watch it either until Kevin posted it in the group, and then it started a huge discussion. It's like, well, I guess we'll talk about it on Sunday. So, it was just like, okay, almost like clickbait, and I'm sure that
It's like I'm not buying Prime One. It's like me putting the video out saying I've got elbows. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
So you guys, in your opinion, you don't have a problem with the company re-releasing different variants or edition sizes later on? And you know me, I'm not a resale collector. I do buy what I like. I don't plan on selling anything, but it's good up front if they go, okay, we're going to come out with a gold version, a white version in the future, whatever, and let people know before it goes for pre-order. That's full transparency. I respect that. But doing it later on after they've already sold a bunch, that's shady to me. Is it good business? Absolutely it is. But it's shady.
I think people are getting more butthurt about it because prices are getting higher. Things are taking longer to come in. Yeah, like I said, not everyone is a nutcase that orders 50 Prime Ones like some of us do. Some of them they pick and choose, and then it's like, well, damn, I really like this one better. Like the Dark Metal Superman, the blue and red, and then they introduced the black and silver, and like even I said, I canceled my blue and red. I went for the silver and black because it's amazing. But you know what Prime One did for me? They said, hey, put your PO on this, send us your receipt or your email, your order number, and we'll refund you in full for the other one.
Now,
that's good.
That's good customer service. Mike, let's imagine this. You're a collector. You don't have godly amount of money. You buy 2 statues a year, maybe.
Okay.
You pre-order the red and blue Superman, like you said.
Yep.
And then it's shipping, or you get it in hand.
Yeah.
And then 2 months later, they say, hey, we're coming out with a black version. And that's what you would have wanted. Now you take a huge hit on the aftermarket just to order that black version that they couldn't be bothered to tell you was coming out because they wanted to sell the red and blue one first. That's shit I'm talking about. That's not cool.
I'd sell it and buy the black. I'd resell it. I mean, that's what I would do if I was in that situation.
But imagine you resell it, you take a $400 hit, and now you can't afford to buy the other one.
But it's not Prime One's fault that the economy and the market the way it is.
But it is Prime One's fault for not being transparent at the beginning and saying, here's this, and we may do a black one in the future, depending how sales go, or we are doing a black one in the future. Why not?
In all fairness, though, a company like that can't market something as we may.
Right.
For me, it's, let's talk about, third scale Predators sat here. And they're like, well, look, we've made this, we've invested God knows how much money into it. Let's see how it sells. Because of the way the world is at the moment, people's finances, blah, 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 blah. And they sell them all, they all sell out, and they're like, let's have a look at our license, guys. Can we relicense this at a different scale? Does our license cover that? Because we sold all those. And if it comes back from the legal team, we can do it. It makes perfect sense to me for a company to make more money to resell that at court scale. Now, if they did that with that Predator, I own it. I've got it. I've got the OG 30. I would not give a shit. I would not give a flying fuck because I've got the third scale one. I've got the OG one. It's like everyone knows this is the OG one. It gives people a chance to buy the smaller scale one, which you would assume is slightly cheaper. People who haven't got the space, they could. So as far as I see, everyone's a winner. What's to complain about? I don't understand because
I'm not even talking about a different scale. I'm not talking about their Superman.
But this Superman, this Superman was there.
Yeah, and that's his thing. At the time they didn't have the license. Would they have told people about it going by Prime One's history? No. But I'm just happy for all the 1/4 scale collectors who are going to get it. So that's great. But I'm talking about they have a Batman and then they sell it. And then they're like, you know what? Let's paint it in red and sell it. Then white, then gold. It's the exact same statue. Nothing's fucking changed, but they just changed the color.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's a little shady. Does it make sense money-wise, business-wise? Absolutely it does.
Yeah. I think this is the
comment. If I ran Prime One Studios, would I do that? Yeah, probably fucking would. But guess what? I don't, and I'm a collector, and I think it's shady. I'm not saying I'm going to not buy Prime Ones because of it.
Oh, Bat Kid Voodoo. That's so good. I love it. And then Edwin Diaz. Oh, what did Edwin say? Jason speaks the truth. Forget about other scales. Move on. Stop complaining. I mean, look, it's every company does this. Dude, this happens in medicine. So, people who, let's say, got braces, 5-10 years ago, their teeth are shifting. Things are different. It took me 18 months. I paid $5,000. Well, they can come in now, and I can use Invisalign, and I could do really cool corrections. It'll take, 4 to 6 months, and it's still about the same price. You got to do it again. It didn't exist in the past, and this happens in every single field. And I deal with it personally every single day. And I mean, look at it. Mark 7 1-to-1 Queen Studios, huge piece. They announced Mark 85 not too long after. They announced Mark 3 after. I was like, well, crap. I really want the Mark 3. But I think what they need to work on, and I think PCS is doing a good job of this, their edition sizes have been extremely low. They need to stop treating these like pops, right? Now, they can make as many as they want. They're selling them great. But I think what's happening is I think more people are Prime 1. People watch our show. People watch all the shows out there. Hey, I want to buy a Prime 1 statue. And, people go into that price level and into that market, but expectations are different. It's like how expectations are different going from Black Series to Hot Toys to quarter scale to Prime 1 and XYZ. Well, I don't know. These are luxury items. Whoever said that.
And the thing is, too, it's a niche hobby. You know what I mean? Like, how many people don't know about this hobby? So for them, I think they think, well, how many new customers are in the hobby now? And that's, like somebody made a comment about Hot Toys, but the difference is Hot Toys doesn't have ES edition sizes. So yeah, they're going to do that regardless. So I don't get the complaints on the Hot Toys, but I can understand a little bit when some people are collecting based off of this is a rare item,
No. Listen, I've done that in the past, and that's why I'm selling all these things. That horseback, Skull Knight on horseback, is a rare item. Spent a lot of money on it. Sold it for, less than I paid. But, it's the wrong way to look at it. If you're collecting because something is rare, but you don't have that connection to it, what are you doing? There's plenty of things that you have connections to that is rare. So wait until it's something that you want. Don't just jump into it, and then you'll be less butthurt. And I agree with Tom. I don't care that they're doing a new quarter scale. I love this 1/3, and it's going to go in my other room. This is a keeper, but I don't. It's cool. There are a lot more people in the community and in the hobby. Have at it. Buy one, please. Get the enjoyment that I get out of it. That's just me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we beat that. I think we're done with that topic, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's. Everybody's going to have their own, and I always respect other people's opinions, but it's to me, I got. See, not here now. I mean, when you see on the groups and some of the chats and things that go on, and you see how upset people get, I'm baffled by it. I just sit there and think, how do you get through your fucking day if this upsets you that much? Yeah. Seriously,
that's the problem. I think that
I've got too much going on in my. I try to be as positive as I can. I try my channel. I try to get my enthusiasm across to people to enjoy it and inspire. And God, could you imagine just sitting there fucking moaning non-stop? Oh, I see they fucking copied this. Oh, they fucking. Oh, I bet the shipping's going to be shit. Well, fuck off and do something else. Jesus.
I do this for the fun. I do it for the escapism, and I can barely do this. My wife's like, "Oh, you're always on your phone. You're always on your phone." I was like, "Well, I can't get into my room, so I need to stay down here and play with Play-Doh and catch up on the phone."
Yeah.
One day I'll be in my room more often besides Sunday night. And this is not even my real room. I want to go and watch some movies and oh man, I was watching Thor, and I thought my son would like the screaming goats because there's a screaming goat in the Grinch movie that he really liked.
Oh yeah.
And he didn't even like screaming goats. Anyway, I do agree. Buy gold. If you want to make money, buy gold, especially now. That's a good idea.
Don't buy gold.
I love Fired Up Jason spitting facts. I did too. I love
honestly, I wish I kept them, even if I just sent it to you guys privately. I think I'd have to. You want to see the shit I cut out of my videos because I go off on a tangent. Because I have to try and be careful because my mum and dad watch my videos and I don't tend to swear in front of them.
Yeah. Well, we're pretty much winding up, right?
Yep.
Or winding down.
That's it.
So I just want to remind everybody, well, first of all, awesome conversations. I think we touched on a lot of cool things, everything from the highs and the lows of collecting. And if you've made it to the end of this video, you're probably Justin. So thank you. And he's going to leave a comment. Justin is going back and rewatching every single one of our videos from day one. And I really want to know, I want his synopsis. We'll have to have him on the show after he finishes all of our videos and give us an overview of from last March until this March. And if you have made it this far, please, like this video, give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe. I think there's like 60 people here and there's 26 likes. So go ahead and smash that like button, please. It helps us out. We are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. In order to win the prize at the end of our 1,000 journey, you please leave a comment on any of our videos. This one, our short videos that we put out every day. Just leave something. I do read and respond to every single one every single day. Every time you leave a mention or leave a comment in the videos, you get entered into our giveaway at the end. Hopefully we will hit 1,000 by March. That's our goal. And we will talk about the statue we're going to give away as well as a couple other things. So go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment. We will respond and we will enter you into our giveaway. So that being said, we are going to go ahead and meet again next Sunday. And John, do you want to tell us what we're doing next Sunday?
I'm not sure what we're doing next Sunday. Do we have somebody lined up next week?
We'll figure it out Saturday night.
Yeah, I know we have a couple people in the pipeline. We're just trying to.
We got someone for 2 weeks from now.
Oh, it's 2 weeks from now. Okay, never mind.
But maybe Jay will be on. I'll try to get a hold of him again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And Jason, you are or aren't starting a live show. Have you decided yet?
I will be. Not a live show. I'll be doing occasional live streams just to have a go at doing it. So it's going to be fucking awful.
I think it's going to be amazing. Yeah. I want the unfiltered Jason on his own channel.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So I'm sort of built. I've got too much in January. I'm so behind with stuff I've got to do because I had 5 pieces turn up in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm giving one of the fucking things away because I can't be asked to do an unboxing video. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that in the future. So yeah. So you'll all have to come on. You'll all have to come on mine.
Oh my god! And then we could really be unfiltered. That'll be great. I'll drink some of Shane's mead before I come on.
You know what I love about you Brits? You guys you just say it like it is. I went on tour and I spent 6 months at a British camp, and then the Gurkhas took over halfway through the tour. But the Brits, I became really good friends with a few of them. Those guys are just fucking nuts. They're just crazy. The shit they say, the shit they do. Then they're telling me what their words mean, like an axe wound and shit like that. And oh man, those guys are just a barrel of laughs.
I've got to say, dude, because you would say to me, don't ever do Cockney with me. I know Cockney guys, they're lovely guys. I go, but their accent fucking grates on me.
Hello, governor.
Oh man. Have you noticed as well, whenever they make bad guys and they give them an English accent, they always give them a Cockney accent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the orcs in Lord, they've all got Cockney accents. It's like, is that the only one you like there? Give them like a different accent, give them like a Midlands accent like I've got.
Oh fuck!
Oh, I love it. Well, Jason, thank you for being with us again. It's always a good time. I love when you get off the chain and unfiltered. We don't mind it at all.
Nope.
And
Cheers, guys.
it is very welcome. So go ahead and watch Jason's latest review of the Balrog. Go ahead and watch his. You are still accepting entries to your 1,000 giveaway too, right?
No, it ended. Well, it's yesterday
ended.
for me now because now I'm in early hours on Monday morning. Well, it's 4:00 Monday morning. I did put a thing up on it. Closed yesterday, so I'm afraid all the entrants are now in.
Okay, that's going to be an interesting video. I can't wait to see that one when it comes out. Let's see, Shane. You can catch Shane before our show at Collecting Corner. Is that what it is?
No, it's the Collector's Table. 7 p.m. Eastern on Sundays.
And then
Adam, he's a really good guy, and we just had the second show tonight. And yeah, it's really fun. It's shorter than our show. It's probably about an hour. We try to hit an hour 20 minutes tops. Just like we always try for 90 minutes, and that never fucking works out.
Yeah, it never works.
But anyway, yeah, Adam's a good guy. It's a new show, The Collector's Table, 7 p.m. Eastern on Sundays.
Cool. And then what else are you doing? You're also on 6.
Collector's Corner with Sick, Rashid, Crippler, and Fatal.
Nice.
Thursdays at 8:30 Eastern, and then Saturday Night Raw with the same crew. 9 p.m. Eastern on Saturday.
What did I say in our little blurb here? Why is Shane the hottest thing on YouTube?
Yeah, right.
Oh, man. So you'll catch Shane all over the place. John is going to send me more hot toys, and I'm going to send him a Wonder Woman and probably cash tomorrow, so that'll be a good thing. And John, you have anything going on next week or so?
I just got a ton of stuff coming, so maybe we'll do an unboxing or something next week, or I'll have some stuff up here because I got to move Ghost Rider to a bottom shelf. So
sweet. I think that sounds good. Well, thank you all for joining us again. Thank you for spending your Sunday after evenings with us, or morning in Jason's case. Hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you again next Sunday. See you later, guys.